Hey guys, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video. You join me today on an absolutely freezing day, but we're joined with a car which surprisingly I have never experienced before. Now, up till now, there's very few fast Renaults which are featured on the channel, and I've never experienced one of these. This is a Mark IV Clio RS. It is mapped, running around 240 brake, but from what I know about this thing, it seems pretty much like almost like a baby A45. So I'm very lucky to be able to, well, have this thing on the channel today and also take it out for a quick drive. I'm joined today with the owner, Evan, who I'll introduce you to very shortly before going out and, like I said, taking this thing for a little drive and see if it is the baby A45, which I think it is. Okay, so I'm now joined with Evan, the owner of the car. Mate, it's been a while. Now, we've known each other for years. Used to do a lot of photography together, so, well, it's good to catch up. First time I've seen this thing, looks awesome. Thanks. Really, really cool. You've done a fair old bit to it, which we'll get into very shortly. But before we do, YouTube, you got your own channel.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah, I know that you've been wanting to do it for a long time. Now you do a similar sort of thing to what I do, kind of featuring people's cars, some awesome cars that have come onto your channel. So I'll leave the link down in the description down below for you guys to go check out. I presume there's some videos of this thing on there as well, right?
Yeah, there are a few. They're all pretty bad, but you can make your own decision on that.
No. So yeah, I mean, what you've done to it, running 240 brake?
Running 240 brake. It's a really short list of mods. Intake, exhaust, fully straight piped, and a map. And I guess in the German scene you would call that stage 2, but most Renault owners don't really like referring to that.
You can get caught up in the stages, I know,
yeah,
but...
You can.
So who exactly did the tune?
RS Tuning, which is up in Leeds, and they are probably like the most respectable company for tuning, or most trusted. There's a few others that do it, but they are probably the go-to, I would say. Yeah.
So you went straight to, well, we're going to call it stage 2. Yeah. You went straight to stage 2. Yeah. And you bought the car stock, presumably?
Yeah, stock. Stock, it was a great little car. Definitely a lot of power. I guess that's why most journalists say the Fiesta ST is probably the better car as its competitor, because stock, it's probably not the best car, but since doing a few maps and unlocking some of the sound, getting a bit extra power, torque, now it's just like a completely different car.
A little go-kart.
It really is. It gives a lot of bigger cars a run for their money as well.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to get behind the wheel actually, because I've driven a Megane RS very briefly. That was a stock car. So it'd be interesting to see how this thing compares. And this is the second Renault I think on the channel. Yeah. So yeah, completely new for me really. In terms of other stuff, some lovely Sparco wheels on it. What we got on here?
Those are 18-inch Sparco Assetto Gara, I think they're called. This one in particular is not curbed.
The others are.
The others are. That's why we're on this side. Yeah, just a few other visual bits. Maxton front splitter, rear side skirts, rear diffuser. I get mugged off for it. Everyone says it's like a little McDonald's tray on the back.
Let's have a look. But, oh, this thing in the middle.
Yeah.
Almost like the aero kit that you get on the A45.
The A45, yeah.
Now you see.
So baby A45, because I couldn't afford one.
Well, you've always wanted one though, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
They are cool cars.
They really are, yeah. I mean, it's a very similar sort of car, like DSG. It's got launch control, obviously auto, decent amount of power, but it's just like the most ratchet comparison ever, because everything creaks, the speakers are terrible. There's lots of little quirks with the car. Yeah. But yeah, for the money, I can't complain.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, we'll see how it compares really, because I've driven quite a few A45s in my time. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it's like really. So looking at the car, actually, especially from this angle, it sits really well.
It does. There is like a little arch gap which coilovers would fix. I would like to get the fitment a little bit better, but how things are, I live in central London, so I'm always around speed bumps, 20 miles per hour zones, and it's perfectly usable. So I reckon any lower, I'd start having problems with it.
No, it sits really nice, and you don't need spaces with the Sparcos on there either.
Yeah, stock, these were terrible. The first mod to it actually was springs, just to make it look a little bit better. But they definitely help in the corners. They're quite harsh springs. So.
And talk about the exhaust actually, going back to that. I know it sounds awesome because I heard you coming when you arrived. Was it completely straight through, right?
Straight through, yeah. It's got the primary cat in because I'm not going to deal with the MOT hassle. And the cost for like a sports cat is like extortionate as well. So primary cat, straight through, and yeah. that's about it.
Wicked. Anything else, or is that pretty much it?
Yeah, that is literally it.
Oh, brakes, actually.
Brakes, yeah.
Brakes. Now, I thought it was a massive, like, big brake kit, but these are stock apart from the discs, right? So you've got some J-hook discs on the back, and then some grooved ones on the. Oh, sorry, I've just seen your curved wheel.
Yeah.
We just blur that out. Yeah.
A couple of grams.
So presumably that's just for aesthetics, really. That.
Yeah, just for aesthetics.
Yeah,
I needed
awesome.
new brake pads and discs anyway, so I thought,
yeah.
may as well. And they were cheaper than the stock discs, and I find them better. So.
Oh, fair enough.
Black Friday.
Bit more bite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wicked, man. Well, I think if you don't mind, if you're still happy with me to give it for take it for a quick drive.
As long as you drive it fast.
I will. Don't worry. See what it's like. I mean, we're kind of surrounded with some B roads around here, so should be a lot of fun. And I am absolutely freezing. So, is the heater good in it?
It's a Renault, so it takes a while to get going.
Oh, crikey! All right. Wicked. Let's start up. Take it for a quick drive and well, see what it's like. This thing is loud. Listen to this. Oh. You know what? This thing's a little underdog. Gearbox is smooth as anything. It is quick, you know. What a little beast. I am pleasantly surprised about this. It just wants you to push it more. Now, like I said, running 240 brake at the moment, you're looking at 197 stock or 200 PS. Now, I've been given strict instructions by Evan to say, just have a play, do what you want. On some roads that we've got at the moment, it is just so much fun. Gearbox is so smooth. It almost sounds a bit like an A45 as well. So, stats of the car. 1.6 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol. Slightly different engine to what most hot hatches are, of course, being a 1.6. Like I said, 200 PS, 197 brake, standard 240 newton meters. Of course, now running 240 brake. Unsure about the newton meters of torque, actually. It's so loud, though. Now we've got 6-speed automatic, which is actually really quick. It must have been mapped as well, because I mean, it's so quick, the gear changes. It is quite Asbo, actually. I'm actually really enjoying this. I tell you what, one of these would make for an awesome track car. Could you imagine one of these, all stripped out buckets on a track? Because it handles pretty well. Obviously we've got really greasy roads at the moment, but there's a bit of slip. Of course, there's a little front wheel drive. So the front wheel's just kind of, well, trying to get as much grip as possible, but downshifts are addictive, I tell you. Get some intake noise as well. This is awesome, man. I tell you what, this has really surprised me, you know. Really, really surprised me. Like I said earlier on in the video, the only other Renault which I've driven is a Megane RS. This obviously being slightly below the Megane RS in the lineup. The Megane RS was stock, this has obviously been tinkered with quite considerably, but they are fun, really fun. Oh, Evan, mate, you've got yourself a little go-kart, I tell ya. What a car. Now in here, I think the only modifications which is done are these Sable kind of door pulls, which are actually quite cool, and also a retrimmed steering wheel. We've got full Alcantara red 12 o'clock marker, and it's also been kind of reshaped. I don't know if you can see that. So your hands kind of mold into it quite nicely. These shift paddles are stock. They're really nice actually. They don't feel flimsy, and they're nice and big, so you always know where they are. They're not stuck on the steering wheel, so you go around a corner and the shift paddles are like under here, and you know where they are all the time. And like I said, the gearbox is so quick, and when you do downshift, it's properly loud. You get some proper snaps. It is like a little A45, it really is. I came into this video thinking, oh yeah, looking at it, it could be. Rear diffuser looks a little bit similar. Two exhausts at the back, similar shape to the A45. Obviously hasn't got as much power, but genuinely, it is a little A45. I mean, to be honest, it's one of those cars where you've got the power there, you can use all the power all the time. You feel like you're going a lot faster than what you are because it's such a small little car. Curb weight is only 1,200 kilos. It's as light as anything, really. And because it's quite hardcore, the suspension is quite firm, really. You feel like you're going a lot quicker than what you really are, which is not a negative thing at all, because it feels like you're on a Grand Prix all the time. You can really have a lot of fun with this thing. A lot of fun indeed. It sounds proper, really does. I've driven some hot hatches in my time, but this, for a cheap, affordable, understated hot hatch, it really works. And with a couple of modifications, a tune and exhaust, some aesthetic bits, it is a proper little go-kart. It really is. Wow. Anyway, folks, I think that's going to wrap things up for me today. What a surprise. This is really taken me by surprise. It really has. I'm having so much fun driving this thing. Yeah, perhaps once Evan's done a few more mods to it, then we can get it back on the channel and yeah, have a proper summertime hoon in the car. That sounds like a lot of fun, if you ask me. But anyway, that's going to wrap things up for me today. Again, a huge thank you to Evan for letting me take the car out for a drive. It is really over my eyes, actually. It'd be good to get some more Renaults on the channel, actually, because if this is anything to go by, then they're awesome. Now, I'll leave Evan's channel linked down in the description down below. Like I said, he does a similar thing to me. Awesome guy, and yeah, again, a massive thank you to him for making today possible. But yeah, that's going to wrap things up for me today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please do make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe for all the adventures still to come.